Am I the a-hole for ending my marriage after my wife cheated with a coworker? I, 28M, have been married to my wife, 31F, for 6 years. On the outside, people see us as a stable couple. We bought a house together, we've made plans about starting a family, and we've been through a lot side by side. But what people don't always see is that under the surface, our relationship has been shaky for a long time. And now, after finding out that she cheated with a coworker, I'm questioning everything. Am I wrong for wanting to walk away instead of trying to fix things? To be transparent, I know I wasn't always the perfect husband. I've been a gamer since I was a teenager, and sometimes I let it consume me. There were plenty of nights where I'd come home from work, plop down in front of my computer, and tune out the world for hours. My wife would be sitting in the next room, probably craving connection, while I was immersed in some virtual universe. I even turned her down for intimacy more than once because I was too wrapped up in a game. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but looking back, I can see how much damage I caused during what was supposed to be the honeymoon phase of our marriage. And gaming wasn't the only issue. I went through phases where I questioned the marriage altogether. I'd spiral into these thoughts that I was too young to be tied down, that maybe I'd rushed into things, that I was missing out on my best years. Those spirals made me cold, distant, and selfish. Instead of reassuring her, I pushed her away. There were times when I manipulated situations to my advantage, like convincing her to let me buy an expensive computer under the excuse of it'll be good for work. In reality, it was just for my own fun. I cringe at that memory now because I can see how hurtful and careless it was. There were 2 major times these phases hit hard. The first was 3 years ago after my dad passed away. I didn't know how to process my grief, so I withdrew from everyone, including my wife. I know it left her feeling abandoned. The second was just last month. That time, she told me flat out that she couldn't keep living like that I was pushing her to her breaking point. And apparently, that's when her coworker stepped in. According to her, he saw her unhappiness and swooped in at the exact moment I was pulling away. He gave her the things I wasn't giving her: attention, validation, a listening ear. He told her she deserved more than what she was getting at home. He painted himself as the guy who could give her security and consistency. Slowly, they started messaging. He asked her to meet before work, and she agreed. They would see each other in the mornings while I was pulling double shifts just to keep us financially afloat. I didn't find out because she confessed. I found out by accident. I happened to see messages on her phone. She was texting a friend, and what I read broke me. These weren't harmless little flirty texts. She was opening up about this man in ways she should have been opening up to me. She fantasized about a future with him. She talked about how he was financially secure, how he had his own apartment, and then came the line that absolutely gutted me. I would have children with him. We don't have kids yet, but we've always dreamed about building a family together. It was our thing. We'd stay up at night, sometimes imagining names, talking about how we'd raise them. And to see her talking about that future with someone else, while I was busting my back working double shifts, felt like the ultimate betrayal. When I confronted her, she swore it wasn't as bad as it looked. She admitted they kissed once, but she said she broke down in tears immediately after because she thought of me. She claims that was the moment she realized how much she loved me and that she ended it. But I can't stop asking myself, does she regret it because she truly loves me? Or does she regret it because she got caught? I'm torn because I know I wasn't innocent in all of this. I wasn't attentive enough. I let my own selfishness and bad habits chip away at her happiness. But at the same time, I wasn't absent. I carried her when she was too sick to walk. I stayed up with her through fevers. I treated her family like they were my own. I worked extra shifts to keep our home running. I cooked, I cleaned, I tried to make sure we were secure. I may not have been perfect, but I wasn't some cold-hearted partner. I showed up in plenty of ways. Now she's suggesting a trial separation. Her plan is simple. We take 1 month apart. During that month, I decide if I can forgive her. If I do, she says she'll quit her job to cut off contact with the coworker. I'll give up gaming completely to prove I'm serious about her, and we'll rebuild. We try again, focusing on fixing what we broke and moving toward the family we always talked about. But here's the problem. I can't get her words out of my head. Every time she says, "I love you," all I hear is, "I would have children with him." That one line replays in my mind over and over like a curse. So now I feel like I'm standing at a crossroads. One path is trying again, bearing my pain, forgiving her, and hoping we can heal. The other path is divorce, cutting ties, and walking away from the marriage I once believed would last forever. So, am I the a-hole for wanting to end my marriage instead of giving her another chance?